So I was editing the podcast, and it's very late right now. But while I was putting all the podcast together and everything, I just finished up with it. I was about to just go to bed, and I get a message that was like, "Hey Trey, did you see this?" And of course, news always drops right after we're done with the podcast. But a new Gundam live-action movie is in the works. So this is cool, but also worrisome. There's a couple fun things to note about it, and that's why I really wanted to make a video on it, because we won't be able to talk about it, really, until next week's podcast, which is still a week away. And we'll probably talk about it again there, especially if some more news has come back out, but I wanted to address it here. I am excited, tentatively. It's a little weird that they're billing this as the first real live-action movie for the Gundam franchise. Because it's clear that they're just trying to forget that G-Savior ever happened. That's all that Sunrise has ever been doing since G-Savior came out. And they should, because G-Savior's bad. But I don't know what this movie's going to be, and I'm a bit concerned about it because of that. Because this movie could easily be, like, live-action retelling of original Gundam, or it could be more like G-Savior and be a brand new story in the franchise. I kind of hope it's new. I really do, because I don't want it to have the Death Note problem of like, hey, here's a movie based on a popular anime, and we decided to tell a new story, but we didn't actually use new characters. Like, I don't want a different Amuro Ray out there. I want Amuro Ray if they're going to do Amuro Ray. And I don't think they can do Amuro Ray justice. I mean, Legendary's making it, and Legendary's great at making Godzilla movies, so like I have no doubts the action will be good. But if they're not going to be able to do Amuro Ray or Camille Bidan or Banagher Link's justice, then I want a new character. Like, give me somebody new. Give me a new Gundam. Give me a new villain. The only way that I will be okay with this being a retelling of the original Gundam story is if they get the characters right. Because even if they get the plot right, if they don't get the characters right, I'm still not going to be happy. Like, obviously, I'm jaded Gundam fan that has, seen far too much Gundam over the years and, knows how these stories go and cares about these characters more than anything else. I love giant robots, and as you can tell, and I love their designs and the way they look, but for me, it's all about the characters. And if they go into this movie with, like, hey, here's 2000s teenager Amuro Ray, and they lose the spark that is, hey, this is teenager Amuro Ray upstairs in his house, in his underwear, early in the morning, who's barely slept and didn't have any food because he was so busy working on something, who's mad that his dad's never around, who really is not in a great mood anyway. Like, that character to me is almost perfect. And the arc that Amuro goes through in the original story is amazing. And I'm rambling a little bit because it's very late, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew not just this Gundam movie was coming, but also where I stood on it and where the full spectrum is looking at this from. Because I think that I'm going to have to watch it for sure. Probably going to review it on here because it's a Gundam movie. But I am tentatively excited because I think that Legendary will make sure that it winds up being a good story and a good movie, not just a good movie. Like I said, our last foray into live action was not only not a good story, it was not a good movie either. Although there was one really solid shot in G-Savior. When the G-Savior is launching and there's like that shot of like the curvature of the Earth. That was a really good scene. But other than that, or shot, it wasn't a good scene, it was a good shot. But other than that, man, that movie was terrible. And I would be hard-pressed to say that they were going to make that mistake again. I hope that they don't. I hope that this is, as much as some people might hate the reference, I hope that this is more Advent Children and less The Spirits Within. Whereas it'll be the same kind of situation where G-Savior was The Spirits Within. A wacky, weird movie that unfortunately was not able to capitalize on its premise. And this new movie is like Advent Children. Where other than like Cloud being end of series Cloud instead of start of series Cloud, it was pretty faithful to the rest of the characters. And I hope that's what this winds up being, is either a brand new story or faithful. because I just feel like my heart might break. And I know that my heart is not the most important thing on that table when they're talking about how the story should go, but it won't just be my heart. It'll be a lot of fans' hearts if they ruin... if Char Aznable is in the movie and they ruin him, if Char is not like Char, if he's not the manipulative, well-intending for himself, crazy sociopath that he actually is, if they push too hard and we get like a messed up version of Char Aznable says "Let the purge begin," it'll just never be the same. So yeah, I just wanted to make this quick update video talking about the Gundam movie. It's coming. I had to talk about it. Couldn't wait a week. But those are my initial thoughts, where I stand on it. I'm looking forward to it. I want to see it. I want it to be good. I'm afraid it won't be. But either way, I'm going to watch it. Let you guys know what I think. Probably day one. I can't imagine that I'm going to miss it. But if there's anything that you want to discuss about the Gundam movie, please do so in the comment section down below. Follow us on Twitter. We're going to be talking about it there, I'm sure, as well. We'll start a discussion. Or shoot us an email and let us know what you think. But until next time, we've been The Full Spectrum. I've been Trey. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that Gundam has to offer.